Good morning, Woburn High. Today is Monday, March 9th. I'm Aston.
And I'm Giuseppe, and here are your morning announcements. The Woburn High School Embrace Club is again hosting the Ramadan prayer room from now to Thursday, March 19th during 7th period only. Students should report to the faculty CAF C212 and sign in with Ms. Cardoso. Everyone is expected to follow all the posted rules and respect the space. Any junior who wishes to apply for the National Honor Society must join the Google Classroom in order to access the guidelines and application packet found under the classwork section. You'll find all of the information you need along with examples there. It is very detailed, so if you have yet to check it out, please do so as soon as possible, as the deadline to apply is Friday, March 27th. No later incomplete applications will be considered. If you have any questions, see Ms. Berry in C320. Current National Honor Society members should check the announcement on Google Classroom regarding teacher appreciation actions. Please take care of this as soon as possible, as many of you are soon leaving for internships. Now let's check in with Jimmy for the weather.
Thanks, Giuseppe. So Monday we'll be starting off the week of highs of 63 and lows of 36. And Tuesday will be the hottest day of the week, the high of 70 and low of 42. Wednesday we'll be seeing some light rain and it'll be high of 59 and low of 42. Thursday we'll be seeing some light rain again like Wednesday with highs of 54 and lows of 26. And to end the week off, we will be seeing some light rain and snow with a high of 41 and low of 26. That will be your 5-day weather forecast, and make sure you bring an umbrella and stay warm, and stay tuned for next week's warm weather.
Thanks, Jimmy. Now let's go right on back to James for your updates on your Tanner sports.
Woburn girls team suffered a 54-46 loss to Needham after a neck-and-neck game on Tuesday. They were unable to make the Elite Eight, and the All-State Tournament took place March 1st and 2nd for Woburn wrestlers. Captain Caitlin Castoldi took home the All-State Championship for the 126-pound weight class, and she will be advancing to New England's. Indoor track has a few events going to nationals. Nash and LeBeau is going to New Balance Nationals for the 55-meter hurdles event. And we also have the girls 4x800 relay going to Nike Indoors Nationals. And the girls 4x55-meter shuttle hurl relay is going to New Balance Indoor Nationals. That's a wrap up on this week in Tanner Sports. Back to you, Giuseppe.
Today is day 2, and the lunch is YZX. Please stand for your Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for watching this week's announcements, and stay tuned for our course selection video.
Hey, WMHS students, it's course selection time. We know how excited you are to pick your classes for next year. Please pay close attention to this presentation to help this process go smoothly for everyone. Let's get started. Students will start an advisory to receive the necessary materials for course selection. First and most important is the course selection worksheet. Please read the front and back instructions carefully. You will notice that the front of the form provides the space for core classes on the top half and elective and study hall options on the bottom half to ensure that your course requests are clear and complete. We ask if you please get your teacher's initials on the course and the level you are recommended for on your worksheet. In addition to the teacher recommendation, your course leveling will be based on your current grades, common assessment data like MCAS, STAR reading, and math, and other relevant information. If you are not recommended for the level you would like, you should consider why you received the recommended level you did, and how to prepare yourself the following year to meet the criteria for the next year. This worksheet is the guide you will use when inputting your course request to PowerSchool. On the back of the form, you will find additional tips, helpful information, and important reminders to help you complete the worksheet successfully. Look here for credit values. You will also be given copies of the course grids, or what we call cheat sheets. These grids show you which classes are available for you to take in grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. You're also going to be given the new Program of Studies book, which includes descriptions of courses as well as course sequencing and pathways. There are some exciting new classes being offered next year, so give it a good read through. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your teacher, department heads, and curriculum coordinators whose names and contacts are listed in the Program of Studies. Please also be sure to check your eligibility for classes before adding them to the worksheet. by reviewing prerequisites in the course descriptions. Here's an example of prerequisites for Algebra 2. Take all of these materials home to review with your parents, guardians, or caregivers, and hold on to the form until you're called down to meet with your school counselors. After adding up your credits and reviewing your course request form with teachers and parents or guardians,
You'll use the template as a guide to submit your request to PowerSchool during advisory on Monday, March 16th.
separate instructions will be sent detailing how to do this. Students should use time both at home and in school to get this done. Students can only submit electronically when all courses total between 30 and 35 credits. So please be sure to do the math before attempting to enter it into PowerSchool, or you will get an error message after you have had the chance to enter your course request info into PowerSchool. The week following placing your requests into PowerSchool, school counselors will call you down by class to the wrestling room. Juniors will be called down first, then sophomores and freshmen will be called down multiple days. At that time, we will double check your entries in PowerSchool and provide a brief check-in about your selections. You must have your worksheet completed and in hand before you can meet with us. To be eligible for a Woburn High diploma, you must take and pass a minimum of 4 years of English and math and at least 3 years of history and science, and, though many students take additional years, 2 consecutive years of a world language, at least 1 visual or performing arts class, at least 1 business class, physical education, and students must earn at least 100 credits. If you don't think you're on track or have any questions, please talk to your school counselor. While you need 100 credits to graduate, you also must hold at least 30 credits on your schedule, which means that many students will graduate with well over 100 credits. It is important to remember that full year classes are worth 5 credits. Half-year classes are worth 2.5 credits. Please refer to the Programs of Studies book to learn if a course runs for a full year, half year, or every other day. Also, only certain wellness or PE classes count towards graduation requirements, so please read about that carefully. It's also important to understand that certain periods on your schedule may not receive credit, so keep that in mind when you're planning for next year. While we encourage students to incorporate study halls into their schedules if they want to, neither study hall nor open campus receive credit. And as a reminder, open campus is only eligible to seniors. Next, please seriously consider your teacher's recommendations as you complete your course requests. They know your strengths in the classroom and are recommending you based on your performance this year. Many students and parents or guardians ask what looks better for college. Remember that taking a course isn't the same as succeeding in a course. Colleges take into account both the level you and the grade you receive in your classes. They want to see you challenge yourself, but also do well. This example shows that the student was struggling with many high-level classes and should have dropped down before it was too late, or should have considered better balance. With that said, teachers are recommending you based on how you're doing right now in the class, and have already pre-selected courses in PowerSchool indicating their recommendations. If you find that an honors or AP choice is unavailable to you, you likely haven't been recommended for that level. If you are in disagreement with a teacher's recommendation and would like to request a higher level, you must submit an override form, which is a Google form.
The deadline to submit an override request is Friday, March 30th, but in order to submit your course request in PowerSchool, you must select the original teacher recommended level first.
To override request Google form from your school counselor, but is also listed in the Programs of Studies. Late override forms will not be accepted. Your override request will be reviewed, and if it is approved by the department coordinator, counselors will update your course request, and if not, the teacher recommended course will remain. Aside from completing your graduation requirements, you are able to fill out the rest of your schedule with electives. Remember, you need at least 30 credits. These elective classes should be linked to your interests and talents. This part is very important. It is each student's responsibility to research and understand their eligibility for electives, as well as review the course descriptions for detailed information. Some classes have prerequisites, which are courses you must take in order to advance, or your grades must achieve before enrolling. Some course descriptions explain specific details, like a class that takes up 2 periods or subject matter, including bugs and dissection. Once the school year begins, electives cannot be changed, so choose wisely. In the fall, you can't say that you're grossed out by bugs to get out of a class. You have to read about that in the program of studies and be aware. Now also, because there are no guarantees that each elective you want will be available or will run or fit into your schedule, we ask you to please write down 3 alternate electives that you are interested in taking in the designated area on the form. PowerSchool forces you to choose 3 alternates before you are able to submit. Do not select any repeat courses already listed on the worksheet. That won't help your odds in getting them. The alternatives you choose may wind up on your final schedule, so be sure you want to take them. Do not write down or select any electives that you've already taken because you cannot take the same class more than once. We school counselors will be dedicating a lot of our time over the next few months to create the best possible schedule for you. However, it is important to understand that sometimes the courses you request will just not work in your schedule. For example, courses listed in the programs of studies may not run for a variety of reasons, or they may conflict with each other, or sections might be full. These scheduling conflicts are out of our control. Notice this hypothetical example. If a student requested to take all 3 of these classes last year, Italian 3, AP Environmental Science, and College Accounting, all 3 classes only meet during C block, which is 3rd period. This student would have had to choose the one class they would prefer to keep out of the 3. Though not ideal, again, it is out of our control. We tell you this in advance to prepare you for that possible reality, and we will be in touch with you to discuss your options if a conflict arises. So please be sure to check your email regularly while you are selecting what you would like to take. While there are no guarantees that you will get every class that you want, so hope for the best, but plan the possibility that you may have to be flexible. The goal of selecting your courses for next year should be a fine balance. We recommend that you take higher level classes in the ones that you excel in and are passionate about, and are related to a future career. Additionally, we ask you to please be mindful of what you're putting on your plate for next year. We encourage balance and harmony. Your overall health and well-being come first, so consider all aspects of your life when creating a well-balanced schedule. Family obligations, work, and your mental health along with all of the demands of the classes you select. Remember to refer to the proper resources as you prepare for your selection. Teachers for Recommendations, the program of studies is a guide for course description and your school counselors for course advising and graduation requirements. To summarize this presentation, first, have thoughtful conversations with teachers, parents, or guardians, and school counselors now about the courses you wish to take next year. As you prepare to complete your course selection form, make sure your classes total a minimum of 30 credits and that there are no more than 35 credits listed. Please hold on to the form until you're called down to submit it. Thank you for following these instructions to ensure that the course selection process is successful this year. More information about entering course requests into PowerSchool will be coming.